Dear students, welcome to the lecture session. The subject name is Power Generation and Economics. Subject code 18EE42. So let us overview on the syllabus. First module, module 1, hydroelectric power plants. Okay. So in this module, we are going to study about some of the terminologies, hydrology, runoff and stream flow, hydrograph, okay, and the flow duration curve, mass curve, reservoir capacity and dam storage, and hydrological cycle. Next bit is merits and demerits of hydroelectric power plant. So in this we are going to study about the advantages and disadvantages of hydroelectric power plant. Selection of site. So where to locate the hydroelectric power plant and which are the factors governing, here we are going to study. Okay. Then general arrangement of hydel plant. It means the layout, the basic layout about hydroelectric power plant and the elements of the plants. Okay, so such as penstock and dam, power stations consist some equipments. In detail, you are going to study about in the elements of plants. Okay, classification of plants based on water flow regulation, water head, and type of land the plant has to supply. Then next bit is water turbines. So different water turbines are used. Okay, so here we are going to study about the Pelton wheel, Francis, Kaplan and propeller turbines. So these turbines characteristics we are going to study. Okay, and selection of water turbines. In detail we are going to study about the how uh, the turbines are selected for the particular applications. Depending upon head it is classified. In detail I will discuss later. Okay, so underground small hydro and pumped storage. So one more here term is pumped storage. Okay, so in this we are going to study the pumped storage hydropower plant. Why it is called pumped storage. Okay, in detail we will study here. Okay, and finally the choose of size and the number of units, plant layout and auxiliaries. Okay, so in general we are going I am going to discuss about in hydroelectric power plant the terminologies and basic layout diagram and elements of the plants. Further turbines characteristics and selection of turbines. Okay, so these all things is included in this hydroelectric power plants. Okay, let us overview on the model 2. Model 2 is steam power plant. Okay, steam power plant, it's nothing but the thermal power plant. Okay, so here also we are going to study about the merits and demerits plants, selection of site, working of steam plant. This one block diagram is there, how it will be works. Okay, in detail you are going to study about the thermal power plant or steam power plant. Okay, so further there will be a fuels and fuel handling, fuel combustion. Okay, so related to steam power plant detail you are studying in this model 2. Next power plant is diesel power plant. Okay, so here introduction, merits and demerits, selection, site, elements of diesel power plant and applications. Okay, next power plant is gas turbine power plant. So here in this gas turbine power plant, introduction, merits and demerits, selection, site, fuels for gas turbines, elements of simple gas turbine power plant, method of improving thermal efficiency of a simple steam power plant, closed cycle gas turbine power plant, comparison of gas power plant with steam. Okay, these are the this is the syllabus under module 2. Continuation of module 2, nuclear power plant. Okay, so here also the similar, in all the power plants we are going to study about the site selection and elements of the power plants, and next one is merits and demerits. Okay, in this nuclear power plant we are using the reactor, nuclear reactor and its control, classification of reactors, power reactors in use, effects of nuclear plants, disposal of nuclear waste and effluent shieldings. Okay, this syllabus under model 2. Sorry, it is model 3. It is okay. Nuclear power plant. It is model 3. 2 I have discussed. Model 4 is substation. Substation. Okay. So introduction to substation equipments. Okay. Which are the equipments are involved in substations? We are going to study here. Okay. For an example, transformers, high voltage fuse, high voltage current breakers, and protective relaying. In detail, we are studying the substations elements. Okay, or equipments. Now, substations. Next, it is continued. Interconnection of power stations. Introduction to gas insulated substation, advantages and economics of gas insulated substations. Next bit is grounding. So grounding, in this grounding, the difference between grounded and ungrounded system, the power system grounding, here syllabus is given. Okay. The difference between the grounding and ungrounding system, system grounding, ungrounded, solid grounding, different types of grounding we are going to study here. Module 5 is economics. Okay. So in this economics topic, introduction, effect of variable load on power system, classification of cost analysis, interest and depreciation, methods of determination and depreciation, economics of power generation, different terms considered for power plants, their significance and sharing. Okay, and further next bit is tariffs. Okay, so here tariff is nothing but the electricity is charged with different consumers with different tariffs. Okay, so this we are going to study under tariff. Okay, and next bit is related to the power factor. Okay, what are the disadvantages and which are the methods of improving the power factors. Okay, advantages of improved power factor, economics of power factor, improvement and comparison of method of improving the power factor, and choice of equipment. Okay, this is the syllabus complete, and now the textbook is power plant engineering. Here we will tell you which book you have to refer. This book, reference book, third one, a textbook on power system engineering, Chakrabarti. So this book we have to refer, and another one is SN Singh. Okay, this book. Okay, electrical power generation, transmission and distribution. Okay, so serial number 3 in about textbook and reference book. This. Okay, these two book you have to refer. because almost all syllabus is covered in these two books only. Okay. So module 1, hydroelectric power plants. Now these are the bits, merits and demerits of hydroelectric power plants, selection of site, general arrangement of idle plant, elements of the plants. Okay. Let us first bit, before discussing the merits and demerits, let us have a glance or what is hydroelectric power plant. A generating station which utilizes the potential energy of water at a high level for the generation of electrical energy is known as a hydroelectric power station. Okay, a generating station which utilizes the potential energy of water at high level for the generation of electrical energy is known as a hydroelectric power station. Merits and demerits of hydroelectric power plants. Let us overview on merits. It requires no fuel as water is used for the generation of electrical energy. As we know, the basic fuel is required is water. Okay, and this is the advantage. As if you are comparing with the thermal power plant, coal is required. Diesel power plant, diesel is required, right? So in this hydropower plant, the water is used for the generation of electrical energy. It is quite neat and clean as no smoke or ash is produced. If you are comparing with thermal, after burning the coal, ash will be produced, okay, and smoke we will get. But in hydropower plant, it is clean because no smoke and no ash is produced. It requires very small running charges because water is the source of energy which is available free of cost. If you are comparing with the thermal power plant, coal is required, right? So in this coal, the running charge means the amount involved expenditure, or we can say that the running charge is nothing but what to generate the electricity, fuel is used. Okay, fuel in terms coal is used here, right? Coal cost it will become, right? So here the here uh, in a hydropower plant, water is the source of energy, okay, which is available free of cost. Next one is, it is comparatively simple in construction and requires less maintenance. It does, next one, fifth one, it does not require a long starting time like a steam power station. In fact, such plants can be put into service instantly. Instantly we can put it in service. Whereas if you are comparing with coal or thermal power plant, first you need to burn the coal and water will be get heated in the boiler, then after that steam will be taken to the turbine, then the turbine it will be rotates and mechanical power is generated, and which it is coupled to the alternator and power generation is done. But as in hydroelectric power plant, what it is there, no, uh, it does not require a long starting time. Instantly we can start, and the second thing is we can put it into service instantly. This continuation for merits, it's robust and has a longer life. Such plants serve many purposes. In addition to the generation of electrical energy, they also help in irrigation and controlling floods. Last bit is the although such plants require the attention of highly skilled person at the time of construction, because highly skilled person is required during the construction. The dam need to construct across the rivers, and next the all the uh, alternators, transformers, and many more things you need to install, so that skilled persons are required. Okay, require the highly skilled person. Whereas once the installed, after installed or after construction, for operation, a few experienced persons may do the job well. Okay. Next bit is demerits of hydroelectric power plants. It involves high capital cost due to construction of dam. Okay, because you need to construct across river, uh, hence it requires high capital cost due to construction of dam. There is uncertainty about availability of huge amount of water due to dependence on weather condition. This is the another one disadvantage. What it is? The uncertainty about the availability of huge amount of water. Okay, the water is the availability of water is depends on the weather conditions. Skilled and experienced hands are required to build the plant. As earlier I have discussed, while constructing, the skilled and experienced hands are required to build the plant. It requires a high cost of transmission lines. Why? Because the plants are located or situated in hilly areas which are quite away from the consumers. Hence, what it will be happens, that transmission lines, okay, the cost of transmission lines is high. Okay, so here I will stop. Next class I will discuss about the selection of site. Okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you.